The law offices of Spar and Bernstein with 2 locations in New York, 2901 White Plains Road in the Bronx and 225 Broadway in Manhattan. Call now to make appointments at
1-800-LAW-LINK.
Still inside the immigration link, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's the number to call right now and make your appointment. Set up your appointments to see Brad Bernstein from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. 2 locations serving you. That's 1-800-529-5465. And definitely the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, where immigration matters, covers the 50 states right here. So let's take some more calls right here on Link Up Radio. Immigration Link. How you doing? Thanks.
I got a quick question. I do a labor certification 2002, and I got the I-140 position approved, and together with the I-140. But what now they're telling me I gotta wait for the 245.
Yeah, well, if you get sponsored in a job and your sponsorship is after April 30th, 2001, and you have overstayed on your visa, you're out of status. You can't go home to pick up your green card unless you overstayed on a student visa or on a J1. And that's not everybody, but most people on a student visa and a J1 can go home to pick up their green cards because they have duration of status on their I-94s. But if you came here on a visitor's visa and you overstayed and you did a labor certification after April 30th, 01, the reality is, unless you had something filed before April 30th, 2001, that was an approvable case. Maybe your parents filed for you, a brother filed for you, you did a prior labor certification, anything, then you could adjust your status, you're grandfathered under 245I. Otherwise, you gotta wait for the law to change. But you're in a better position than a lot of people who did nothing. Because when the laws change, you're gonna jump right on it and get your green card versus people who've done nothing are going to wait years and years once the law changes.
Right, but there's anything I could do like to get like a temporary work permit or social or anything like that?
The only thing, you came here on a visa?
Yeah.
Okay, the only thing you can do to get a work permit, if you've overstayed on your visa, you're not qualified under 245I, is marry an American citizen.
So I could fight for something like that, right?
If you marry an American citizen, it's a bona fide marriage, you live with her, it's a real marriage, you can file your adjustment immediately, you'll get your work permit in 90 days and a green card in 6 to 8 months.
Okay, alright, that's about it really, but you have no idea when they're going to change it to 45.
I'm going to tell you something. I thought it was going to change in 2006. I thought it was going to change this summer. I have been wrong twice. I don't want 3 strikes against me, so I am not going to make any predictions until it looks just about fait day complete. So I don't know.
Okay, one last question. I was paying my taxes while I work on the books, but now they're telling me now I'm not supposed to be paying taxes with the tax ID number on the books. Now they're telling me to come off the books and work and pay the yearly taxes at the end of the year. You think that's a good idea?
Well, you know, what's happening is that they immigration passed a regulation. We talked about it a little bit. These no match letters regulation. It says that if you are working on a taxpayer ID number or you're working on a social security number and the social security number is it doesn't match what Social Security has, then Social Security is going to advise the Department of Homeland Security, who is going to advise the employer that you have to get a good Social Security number or be removed from the job within 90 days. Those regulations have been attacked by a federal lawsuit, which we didn't discuss because I was away on vacation, just last week, and a federal judge on September 1st has said that those regulations can't yet go into effect because there's been a major lawsuit against the government for doing it. If those regulations do go into effect and you are working on a taxpayer ID number, you may have a problem. With that said, if you are an employee, the law says that you have to be on the books. If you're an independent contractor, then you don't necessarily have to be on the books. But that's an accounting issue between your employer, yourself, and the, you know, I don't know what your employment situation is.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, man. All right.
Now is that what was believed to have been these really harsh regulations about people working on social security numbers that did not belong to them. Those regulations have now been put on hiatus by a federal court judge who has temporarily ruled that those regulations are illegal for what the government is doing, and but they have not. So they've done a temporary injunction on enforcing those no match letter social security number situations. So as of the time being, everything is status quo on that.
All right, folks. Speaking with Brad Bernstein right here on Link Up Radio from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Let's continue with the calls right here. You're live on the air. Afternoon.
I'm calling on behalf of, have a daughter in Jamaica which she want to file for, but the daughter is like 23 now, but she's they want to file for all night.
Wait, you mumbled half the question. Say that again.
Yeah. Because my mom has a daughter in Jamaica who is 23, but she's a citizen for the past like 8 years now. She wants us to file for her right now. How long it will take?
About 4 years, assuming that the 23-year-old does not get married.
Okay. 4 years.
4 years approximately. Could be a little less, could be a little more, but that's my approximation.
Okay, thank you. I have a question.
Sure.
My wife filed for my daughter in February. Everything was passed and they sent for the affidavit that support and this everything. No accusation back up form for the DS-230 form, I think it's for the visa application.
Right.
We have to pull out that form and send it back.
The DS-230, if you're talking about the biographic data forms, that has to be sent back. If you're actually talking about the visa, the last application, your daughter walks into the embassy. There's a DS-231 and a DS-232. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. The DS-230 is the biographic data forms. The DS-230 with a number, little II on it or whatever it is, capital I, whatever it is. That's the packet 4, and that gets walked right back into the embassy and gets signed at the embassy.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
So, but I'm not sure which one you're talking about, so if you want, you can make the appointment and you show me the form which you're talking about, and then I can tell you for sure.
I think it's the DS-230 with the little I.
Right.
Well, that one goes back to the embassy, right?
Yeah, that's the first biographic data form.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes to the embassy. If it came from the National Visa Center, it goes back to the National Visa Center. If it came from the embassy, that gets walked in. That's really the way you figure it out.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so it depends on who mailed it to you, the embassy or the National Visa Center.
It's the National Visa Center.
Okay, so then, yeah, you fill that out. That's the DS-230, that's the packet 3. You fill it out, you send it back to the National Visa Center, not to the embassy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling, man.